The poem Servants by Giv Patel. Giv Patel was born in 1940, and though he is a doctor by profession, he writes plays, poems, and he is a painter also. He talks about in this particular poem, the poet talks about the nature and condition of servants who live in the city. He says that they come from an incomplete plot, which is a reference to their less than ideal life story, which somehow stops in the middle. So they come from the city with the ambition to fulfill their dreams, but they fall short of it, and their ambition and their ideal life story stops in the middle. They are people who sell their farming lands and end up working as servants in households, or worse, to earn a living in the city. They all have the same thing going on in their lives. Everything from waking up to sleeping is planned. The loss of individuality is stressed upon in this poem. The author says they all have the same thing going on in their lives. Everything from waking up to sleeping is planned. The loss of individuality is stressed upon in this poem. The author says that the aura around them is dark and they are non-entities. So they are reduced to non-identity and having no identity of their own. And he says that animals have more individuality and autonomy than them, and their lives seem to have no purpose, and their eyes become blank with no thought process. So the poem by Giv Patel is like a collection of images that comes before our eyes, and it brings into picture the appalling condition of the poor in India. The poor of India who predominantly work as servants. There is no promotion, or nor there is any kind of reprieve in their life. They live like means their existence loses all its meaning. They are reduced to non-entities, and they work like animals, and when they sleep like having no consciousness or no conscience of their own. So today I'll take up the line by line explanation of the poem. They refers to the servants, the peasants who have come from villages, from the countryside to the city in order to fulfill their dreams. And he says they come of peasant stock, they belong to the farmers community. Truant, and it appears as they are truant is a disciple who is away from school without any information. So he says from an insufficient plot. Now they come from the city to the village after selling their plots or the piece of land which they have. But it's like being away from their plot, where the plot or the land proves to be insufficient or inadequate to fulfill their dreams. Lights are shut off after dinner, but the city blur enters, and blur is something which is not vivid. In the first two lines, are sufficient enough to express or to describe the pathetic condition of the peasants who have migrated to the city with the hope of getting something bigger, but they lose all their dreams in the middle. So insufficient, this adjective insufficient, and truant also, they are sufficient to express the inadequate conditions of these peasants or these people who have come from the villages. And now he describes the evening time, after the evening, the night falls. Lights are shut off after dinner, but the city blur enters, picks modulations on the skin. So he says, after the dinner, lights are shut off, but the blurred vision of the city enters, and you can see the modulation, the lighting, and the lowering of the light on the skin. So modulation is the up and down, so picks modulations on the skin, the dark around them is brown. So as the city, though the vision is blurred, and there is, you can vaguely see the darkness around them, and links body to body or is dispelled. So the light, sometimes fall on their skin, and you can see the different colors of the light, and but mostly what do you see? You see the dark aura around them, and sometimes that light which falls on the body of these servants, sometimes it shows you the color of these people, which is dark, which is brown, and sometimes that color is completely dispelled because the light completely goes out. So you are not able to see the color of the skin, so it dispels, it goes away. And the hard finger glow as smoke is inhaled, and the lighted end of tobacco becomes an orange spot. So how the light, different colors, different shades of lights are falling, and sometimes you can see the hard fingers, because the fingers of these servants, they have become hard after the chores of household. And so but after they have worked throughout the day, then they smoke, and when they smoke, there is the glow of light, and as the smoke is inhaled, there is the glow of light, and you can see the lighted end of tobacco, the cigar or the cigarette, and that becomes an orange spot. So you can see the hard fingers, they glow, as the smoke is inhaled, and the lighted end of the tobacco, as it falls on the fingers and the skin, it becomes an orange spot because of the flame, or because of the light flame. Others' hands are, so the speaker is telling you how they have gone through their hard work throughout the day, and after that they are taking rest in the night time, and they are removing their tiredness by either smoking tobacco or cigarette. And he says some are some are smoking, and there are others they are not smoking, and their hands are wide or shut. So either they are sitting with their hands wide open or closed hands. It does not matter one way or other. He says it does not matter. The speaker says that it does not matter whether they are sitting with hands wide open or closed, or whether they are inhaling the smoke or not, because their life, their routine is the same, which is scheduled by the masters of the household, or their own masters. They sit without thought, mouth slightly open, recovering from the day, and the eyes globe into the dim. So look at the use of words. The words themselves convey the meaning. Dim, is something dark, not vague. So they are sitting, their thought process has completely stopped, because they have no autonomy. They have been doing what they are ordered to do, so they are without any thought process, and their mouth are slightly open. When you are unable to think for yourselves, so that suggests the mouth slightly open, recovering from the day. They are trying to recover from the tiredness of the day, and their eyes are looking into the dark, having no hopes for the future. So this is very significant that their eyes are they are peeping into the into the darkness. So having no hope, the aura around them is dark. Having dark is suggestive of sadness, unhappiness, and also loss of hope. So these things, the desires, dreams, hopes, and they all are removed from their lives the moment they enter into the city life, but are not informed because never have traveled beyond this silence. And the speaker is also talking about that they are not informed, the eyes are not informed, they are rather blank. You cannot see any sign of knowledge or in them, or sign of brightness in them. They don't appear informed, rather they appear blank, because they have not gone beyond this silence which where they are not allowed to speak out their emotions and thoughts. So they were never allowed to travel or to go beyond this silence. They have been enveloped with the silence because they have no freedom or individuality. They sit like animals. I mean no offense. And the speaker says that when he says that they are sitting like animals, he doesn't mean to do any offense to them, no dishonor to them, but he is actually portraying the actual state of these servants. I have seen animals resting in their stall, the oil flame reflected in their eyes, large beads that though protruding actual rest behind the regular grind of the jaws. And now in these lines he is telling you the actual condition of these servants, and he says that the conditions of these servants are even worse than animals, because he says he has often seen animals taking rest in their stalls, but when he sees these animals resting in their stalls, he has seen flame light in their eyes, the reflection of light reflected in their eyes, and the large beads in their eyes, large their eyeballs, they seem to convey that they are actually taking rest. Whereas these servants, though they have finished off with their daily chores, still when they have gone for rest in the night, you can't see any light in their eyes. Their vision is completely blurred, and there is complete blackness in their eyes. So he says actually rest. This is very important, that these animals, after the toiling during the daytime, when they take rest, it is full of they are actually resting. But here in the condition of these servants, they are not actually resting. They are enveloped with a kind of darkness, silence, where there is no actual rest, and they are perturbed because they cannot fulfill the desires with which they have come from the village life to the city life. So he says behind the regular grind of the jaws, this is the habit of animals, that they continuously grind their food between their with the help of the jaws. So though they are regularly grinding the jaws in order to digest their food, still you can see actual rest in the eyes of these servants, whereas in the eyes of these animals, whereas the eyes of these servants are full of darkness, full of vagueness, and they don't appear to be informed, which men are supposed to be. So he in this poem he has expressed the appalling condition of these servants, and this also shows the sensitivity of the poet towards these downtrodden people. Thank you so much.